Well, how's everybody doing? Uh, got a pretty heavy question. Can you be manipulated? Okay, now, from my point of view, people get manipulated every day. When they watch television, the commercials that come on, they're trying to sell you something. They're trying to manipulate your mind in order for you to go buy the product that they're advertising, right? Now, in my 26 and a half years of working in prisons, uh, the manipulation game is going on all the time, right? Inmates try to manipulate staff in order to get contraband, get special favors, all kinds of stuff. I also participate in that manipulation game. In my way of manipulation was to use humor, my sense of humor, as a management tool in order to get an inmate to comply with my orders. So that it's always something that's going on. Somebody's trying to always manipulate someone else, and it's no different in the gospel. In Mark chapter 13, okay, Jesus. It says in Mark 13:1, as Jesus was leaving the temple, one of his disciples said to him, "Look, teacher, what massive stones, what magnificent buildings." "Do you see all these great buildings?" replied Jesus. "Not one stone will be left on one another. Even everyone will be thrown down." As Jesus was sitting on the Mount of Olives, opposite the temple, Peter, James, John, and Andrew asked him privately, "Tell us when these things will happen, and when will be the sign about all this is about to be fulfilled?" Jesus said to them, "Watch and no one deceives you. Many will come in my name claiming I am he, and will deceive many. And when you hear wars and rumors of wars, do not be alarmed. Such things must happen, but the end is still to come. Nation will rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom. There will be earthquakes in various places and famines. These are the beginning of birth pains. You must be on your guard. You will be handed over to the local councils and flogged in the synagogues. On account of me, you will stand before governors and kings as witnesses to them. And the gospel must first be preached to all nations. Whether you are arrested and brought to trial, do not worry beforehand about what to say. Just say what is given to you at the time, for it is not you speaking, but the Holy Spirit. Brother will betray brother to death, and a father his child. Children will rebel against their parents and have them put to death. Everyone will hate you because of me, but the one who stands firm to the end will be saved. When you see the abomination that causes desolation standing where it does not belong, let the reader understand. Then let all those in Judea flee to the mountains. Let no one on the housetop go down and enter the house to take anything out. Let no one in the field go back to get their cloak. How dreadful it will be in those days for pregnant women and nursing mothers. Pray for this that it will not take place in winter, because those days will be of distress unequal from the beginning, when God created the world, until now, and never to be equaled again. If the Lord had not cut short these days, no one would survive, but for the sake of the elect, whom he has chosen. The elect is the ones that confess Jesus now. He has chosen, he has shortened them. At this time, if anyone says to you, "Look, here is the Messiah," or "Look, there he is," do not believe it. For false messiahs and false prophets will appear and perform signs and wonders to deceive, if possible, even the elect. Keyword. So be on your guard. I have told you everything ahead of time. But in those days following that distress, and the sun will be darkened, and the moon will not give its light, the stars will fall from the sky, and heavenly bodies will be shaken. At the time we will see the Son of Man coming in the clouds with great power and glory, and will send his angels and gather his elect from the four winds, from the ends of the earth to the ends of the heavens. Now, learn this lesson from the fig tree. As soon as the twigs get tender and its leaves come out, you know that summer is near. Even so, when you see these things happening, you know that it is right at the door. Truly I tell you, this generation will certainly not pass away until all these things have happened. Heaven and earth will pass away, but my words will never pass away. So, he letting you know you can be deceived. You can be manipulated into believing something that's not true. So what are we to do? Okay. You go to Romans chapter 12. This is Paul writing to the church in Rome. It says, therefore I urge you, brothers and sisters, in view of God's mercy, to offer your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy and pleasing to the Lord. This is your true and proper worship. Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your minds. Then you will be able to be test and approve what God's will is by his good, pleasing, and perfect will. So, you have to read. You have to read, put this in your heart, as my pastor says in Joshua 1:8, that if you meditate on this book, everything will go well with you. By meditation, that means you have to read it so it's deposited into your spirit. That way, when push comes to shove, right? Whatever you put in is going to come out to help you overcome. That's in a nutshell. So I hope people take this to heart and apply it to their lives. So be blessed, people.